My very first $5,000 with dropshipping. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact blueprint that you can actually use to make money with dropshipping yourself. And it's going to be with proof. Now, I'm going to show you the proof that he has indeed was one of my clients for YouTube dropshipping video editing. So as you can see here, just one of many payments that I got from him, $600. Okay, this was on my PayPal, right? Of course, I'm gonna blur his address and stuff like that, but you can see that it's a real payment from my email. Okay, I'm showing you now how I got started. Okay, this is exact step-by-step process. So step one, what I did on that day when I started working with this guy, I literally just thought about, okay, I want to reach out to people who talk about investing and stock markets and things like that. So all I did, I literally just go onto youtube.com. I went onto youtube.com, typed in investing, okay, clicked on filters and just went for the upload date. So this is what you should be doing now at your end. Okay, this is the step one. Okay, the most important part is the details, how to get clients, how to fulfill these orders and stuff like that. So this is the juice that is going to be in this video. So I typed in investing, right, and then I clicked filters and upload date. So that's your step one. Step two, you want to scroll down and find small channels. Look at this one. 54,000 subscribers, quite small. This one I wouldn't touch. This one I wouldn't touch. Too big. Okay, let's go down. This one is too big. Too big. That's not too bad. Okay, but slightly still too big. Too big. This one is good. Right, let's go here. This one is good. Let's go down. This one is good. Let's go down. And as you can see, a lot of people are saying it's so hard to find these small channels. No, it's not. I'm literally taking just a few seconds to find them. Look. So now this guy, so breaking down stocks, business, tech, startup, founder. That's pretty cool, right? So what I did back then is I came up across this guy, Colin, decade investor. I didn't know him or anything, right? It was just completely out of the blue. I think he lives in Kansas, okay? And I was like, that's cool. So he's in the US, right? So I went on to here, right? I clicked on here, okay? And then I clicked, of course, you have to sort out the CAPTCHA thing, right? And then, so if anyone wants to have a video editing dropshipping client, maybe you want to email him because I'm not working with him now. I don't speak about clients that I'm working with right now on the channel, obviously, for obvious reasons, right? So, and that's what I've done, and I found exact email just like that. So this is exactly how I would do it again if I was starting completely from scratch and looking to make my first few $1,000s. Now, click on more here. It's just another channel. So click on that. You want to really solve the CAPTCHA, right? And then once you solve the CAPTCHA, you're going to get the email as well. So we've got another email. So we're literally going to copy this email, okay, so we can progress to the next stage. And the next stage is, of course, to create a sheet just like that. So channel email is going to be this, okay? We go on here. We want the name of the person. Very good when you have a name because the emails are going to be so much more personalized and really helps a lot to get clients like that, okay? So name is this one, right? We're going to do that. Paste values only. We obviously delete the surname because we don't need that, okay? The channel name is going to be here as well. Paste the values only so it looks nice and tidy. Copy that over here, okay? Channel URL. That's it, we're done. Okay, now look at this one. Very small channel. I would probably be a bit careful with that, okay? Because they might not have the money. Now, Jamaica. Okay, let's look at this one. I want to find people who are really talking about investing and stuff like that. So let's just close these people for now. And let's see. This is not a US channel, so guys, not an investor market. This is a channel in investor market, I think. So let's click on it, okay? Let's see. I'm not a robot. Let's do the same thing. Really hate these CAPTCHAs, okay? Okay, cool. So we've got his email as well. Copy that. Literally go on here. Channel URL. So we're going to copy this. Okay, we're going to copy this. Now, by the way, stay tuned for the whole strategy because that's not everything. You're going to need to know a lot more stuff. If it was just that easy, everybody would be doing it every single day, right? So now that we have a couple of these leads, this is the first foundation of how I got my first clients and how I actually got to work with this guy. Because it's one thing to collect some of these leads, right? The other thing is to actually get this couple of thousand, $3,000-$4,000 from this client. You know, that's a completely different thing. So the next step was I literally started, thinking about, okay, how do I approach this guy? So I went onto his YouTube. I did some research. So I read all the descriptions and stuff like that. I looked at his, Twitter, because obviously with these kind of people, right, you want to know what they're up to. Okay, so I went on to Twitter. He was already quite big on there, not as big as he is now, right? But I thought, okay, so this guy is into Twitter. He is into stock market, and this is his hobby and passion, and probably the main source of funds as well. So I thought, okay, so I'm gonna email him, right? And I'm going to invite him for a call, okay? So I actually emailed him with this very similar template to this. So, partnership proposal for your channel. This is the template that you want to use as your step 3. So once you find a channel that you want to work with, could be this one, could be that one, could be this one, one of my previous clients, right? And then you basically, send a message like that. Here, you obviously need a sample portfolio. So if you're drop shipping for the very first time, you can go and find a video editor onto Fiverr or, for example, Upwork, right? Somebody that is actually quite cheap but high quality, so you can resell their stuff. What you basically want to do is you want to find a freelancer that is going to do 10-minute video for about $50 or maybe $45, that kind of price point, okay? It is definitely possible to do because some of these price points are a lot higher. So, for example, let's just say we would go for something like this, right? And you want to download their portfolio. So you want to download the video that they have, okay? Literally just download this video, right? And then basically just use it as your portfolio. Just make sure you remove this watermark, but ask for a permission to use it. Of course, also make sure the numbers work. Make sure that you ask for the permission. That's really important. Okay. So now that you have that, how did I proceed? Of course, in my case, it was a bit easier because I already had some portfolios, right, of videos that I made for other clients. So, for example,
seen this guy on Twitter or TikTok somewhere.
This is one of my previous clients as well. This is a video that my agency has edited for him. Okay.
Took over on a second.
So as you can see, with this kind of a 47K views and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to get clients because people literally just look at it and it's like, wow, that's a lot of views. That's really good editing. Where do I sign up? So when you're starting out, it's going to be a lot harder for you, of course, because you don't have a video with so many views on a very big channel and stuff like that. But I started literally from scratch by literally just using Fiverr's portfolios and just putting on there, just putting it on my own YouTube channel as unlisted, okay, and just uploading it on there and posting it as my portfolio, okay. I didn't have any portfolios like that when I was starting with the first client. Okay, after some time, of course, I can use this video, so it gotten a lot easier. So I sent him an email very similar to that, okay, and then he literally came back to me a few days later saying, yeah, sounds interesting. Let's hop on a call and talk about things. So before I actually hopped on a call, I needed to do some research, okay? And that's what I really recommend you guys do. It's really, really, really important to do the research. So what is the research that I've done? So I obviously read what he's doing. I looked at the channel of what he's actually doing there, okay? Because if you do the research, it's gonna be a lot easier to land these clients. So I know that he's into stock market, he's into investing and stuff like that. During the call, I want to talk about exactly those things so he hears what he wants to hear. Okay, of course, big part of it is also the fees. So, your price points, your fees have to be, really logical, okay, and up to the market or whatever, depending on your portfolio, of course. But in this case, for example, if you get somebody to make your videos at $100 for 10-minute videos, right, and you get a client who's making 8 or 10-minute videos and wants to pay $100, is impossible because you're gonna make zero, right? So you need to get a video editor, which is literally about $50, so you can charge $100 and make $50 for each video. So that's exactly what I've done. The numbers for me worked really well. Okay, and I, of course, at that point also hired a full-time video editor just for this client, so it was working out really well for me. About $350 a month profit from this client. without literally any work. So supplier is doing the entire work. Okay, this was granted a few years ago where $350 of profit a month was actually quite good. Okay, so after the call, it was quite obvious that he wanted to work with me. You know, he asked a few questions about, oh, so what are the fees? You know, what is my turnarounds and stuff like that. I then again went back to speak to my editor and asked, you know, how quickly can I make these videos? And he wanted basically these videos to be sent no later than Friday. So on weekends, we cannot actually send him any stuff because he wants to post, I think it was Mondays and Fridays he wanted to post, right? So he said by like Friday morning, I need to have a video. So we had to manage the time zones and stuff like that because my supplier is in Philippines, right, editing these videos. He is in Kansas and I'm in Europe, okay? And this entire thing, like a puzzle, has to work. So everything was working really well for a really long time. So I made a lot of money with that. But my point is, when you're starting to work with a client, you need to know that your supplier's numbers are working, reviews are good. You want to ask for a sample of your supplier before you actually, basically order anything, right? And then ideally, right, you also ask your client on the call for the exact requirements, like what are you actually looking for, because it's really important. Then you can communicate all that stuff to your supplier to basically then start, everything flawlessly. So with that in mind, after the call, the final thing is you obviously have to fulfill that work. So how do things usually look like? You know, these clients basically typically film the footage. It takes them a little bit of time to get started, right? Then they send you a Google link, okay? And when you go to my school community, when you join it, school.com/dropsizing, you'll find a lot of people who are asking questions like, Tom, I got a client and things like that. Some of these, for example, here, I got my first YouTube video editing client, but she wanted me to edit TikTok videos. How much should I charge and stuff like that? So charging and things like that, you have to think about it, but also internet speed is a very big one, because I actually worked with one guy in Sri Lanka as a as a video editor, and he basically didn't have decent internet connection. So I was having problems because my clients would send me the footage, I send it to my supplier, and my supplier is not able to send it back quickly because his internet is really crap. If the video file is really big, like, I don't know, 5 gigs or 10 gigs, it could take him like a couple of days to send this, or 1 day. It's crazy. It's really too fast. So basically, your supplier must be delivering these videos ideally within 24 hours. For the shorts, you want it to be within, I don't know, a few hours ideally, not even 24 hours, because it's not hard to edit a short. And 1 day must be for long form 8 to 10 minute video. Now, once all of that is out of the way, then of course is the, how do you charge money? Like, which payment system do you use? Well, I showed you already, right, that I used PayPal. So again, here's the email, right, that I got, one of the emails that I got from him, right, for paying this $600. So I was using PayPal to start because I'm in Europe, like I said, and my clients are in the US, right? Most of the clients, right? So how can they trust me? Like, surely they don't want to pay me into my bank account. They don't want to pay me into, like, I don't know, anything else, really, just PayPal. So, it's very hard to get clients without using PayPal, to be frank with you, in the US and other countries. Also, not many people in the US are really looking to pay you just by bank transfer. It's not very common in there, okay? And I had a client once who, was telling me, Tom, like, I can pay you with bank transfer, but I don't know how it works. Like, can you tell me? And I was like, man, okay, I get it. You've never made a bank transfer in your life. He was like, I don't think so. Wire transfer, what is that? So it's really hard, and honestly, it's not something that you should be using. PayPal is your step 5. Set up a PayPal account so you can charge your clients. And an important part is, for this client, I actually negotiated that the first video he had to prepay me. So I made that video with my freelancer, okay? And after that point, I was asking him to basically prepay for all the videos. So, for example, he paid me $600 and then I delivered the videos for that price. And again, he pays me $600 and then I delivered the videos at that price. So I'm really thankful for Colin. Like I said, I'm not working with him anymore. Really thankful for you, man. Was really enjoyed working with you a few years back. And honestly, you kicked off my dropshipping career big time. So I'm really thankful with that. Hopefully you got a ton of value, from me editing your videos. Now, so like I said, so when you send this email, then you jump on a call, then you negotiate the fees, right? Then you look at your supplier stuff, what they're doing, how much they're charging, what's the delivery rates and stuff like that, how many revisions, because typically these people will ask for, literally 1 or 2 revisions, mostly. Like more than that, and you want to really shy off that client and just be like, man, I don't want to work with you if you have too many revisions. Once I was working with a really big client, chances are you would know this guy on YouTube because he has millions of subscribers, really big channel, but I only worked with one video with him because he basically gave me so many revisions, and he sends me a list of 15 revisions to make. And I was like, man, not working with you if you can't, reduce these revisions, it's crazy. So honestly, that's not something that you want to do. Sometimes I realize that sometimes guys like this were not asking for crazy amount of revisions, but are paying a bit less fees than a big channel is actually better because you can make a lot more money without that much work. Your supplier can do the entire thing. All I had to literally do is my supplier would send me the video. I have to watch the video. If I don't see any mistakes, typically English language typing and stuff like that. If I don't see any mistakes, I just watch the video. I can watch it on 1.5 or 2 speed. I literally just send that file to the client. If the client approves, that's it. It's done. The order is done, and I made my profit. So that's how dropshipping works. Of course, what is really, really important, especially when I was starting out, is actually finding the clients and of course, finding the suppliers who can, when the numbers actually are working. So if your client is paying $95 for video editing and you are charged, I don't know, $85, this is not a good business. You want to have about 50% margin. So $95, your client is paying you. About $45 you should be paying your supplier max. Okay, that's where you actually make the money. Okay, you make the money in the buying process, not in the selling process. A lot of people say that about real estate, but the same thing actually happens in dropshipping. If you can actually secure cheap suppliers, you can make money in dropshipping no problem. Okay, and any day as well. There is no recessions in dropshipping. There is always going to be a need for video editing, short form video editing, website design, YouTube thumbnails, Shopify website setups and whatnot. Okay, as long as you can get really cheap suppliers and offer really good prices, you will always make money. So now with those leads, I showed you what to send it to those leads. You can fill it in. Like how many people you should be contacting realistically. When I started, I got about 1,000 leads before I got my very first few clients. Okay, but of course, the more leads you have, the more clients you typically gonna get. And like I said, use this template because it's been battle tested by a lot of people, and it definitely works. A lot of people have found clients with this exact template. In case you're new to the channel, I've got a mentorship program, a dropshipping mentorship program where I teach you, brother, one-on-one how to start dropshipping, how to make money with dropshipping, how to start your own dropshipping agency, whether you want to do it as a side hustle or maybe you want to just, start earning proper full-time income. That can be possible with dropshipping, of course, after some time. And of course, if you know what you're doing, okay? These are some of the testimonials of people who specifically made money after or during my drop servicing mentorship. Okay, so these are not people who watched my videos and learned themselves and whatever, right? Some of these people have, some of the other people have posted here have gone through the mentorship. But these specific reviews are for the people who actually learned from me in one-on-one private mentorship. So if you want to have a look here. Hey, Tom, PayPal is holding my funds because I made more than $500 this month. What should I do? It's a good problem to have. Okay, so this guy mentored with me. He was actually from India, okay, and he made quite a lot of money basically during my mentorship. Have a look at this. Hey, Tom, I have closed the deal with the professor guy. He agreed to pay $35 for the first 50 videos and $30 for the rest. So as you can see, this is about pretty much about $2,000 to $3,000 order that he got, okay, during the mentorship with me. Okay, and also, so I agreed a video for $150. Look at this one. Sure, Tom, finally settled at a price of $160 for the first video. After that, I said I cannot go below $200. Look at this one. Also, this guy agreed to do the whole project for $600. Look at this one. First payment, okay? This was in the United Arab Emirates, one girl that I was mentoring last year. Look at this one, just got another client, 5 videos, okay? And, he's also gonna give a free shout out, okay? That's amazing. He agreed for 5 shorts for $20 each, okay? Got a security deposit. Thanks for everything, Tom. I really like the whole mentorship. Load of value and tips that will definitely help me grow in this business. I'll keep you informed ASAP when I have good updates. This was one of the guys that I mentored from France, okay? Look at this one. We agreed $100 for a 10-minute video, and I found a supplier for $40. And look at this one. If they pay $60 for a thumbnail, what would it be for a short video? In the last year, I mentored a lot of people in drop servicing, okay? People from US, a lot of people from US, a lot of people from US, different states, New York, California, so many different states, Philadelphia as well, okay? Web development, graphic design, ads management, okay? Cybersecurity. I had people in video editing, of course, a lot of different niches, and yeah, countries, a lot of countries around the world. So in the last few months and the last year, mentored people from US, New Zealand, France, Netherlands, India, Malaysia, Singapore, United Arab Emirates, France. We had people from as far as Serbia, just a lot of people, honestly. So I was blessed to have so many of you guys join my mentorship in the last year and had pleasure working with you guys. A lot of you guys actually made money. A lot of you guys that even made more money than my mentorship cost, which is really good. That's what I want. I want, in ideal case, everybody to join my mentorship and then make more than what you spend in a mentorship by the time it ends. It's not always possible because sometimes I talk to people in my mentorships and they say, oh, I haven't done anything since last week. Some of you are really busy. I've got one client right now from California, okay? And he just got a very high paying job. So we've been working for a while, but he doesn't have time. So the progress is quite slow, but we're getting there, okay? We're getting to set up a cybersecurity business for him in California. We're taking it step by step, okay? Other people are super fast. I was working with a guy from Hong Kong. Within 1 month, he set up his entire business. He was super switched on. He started making proposals for tens of thousands of dollars for app development, web development, and stuff like that. So it really depends. Some of you guys are super fast, and by the time the mentorship ends, you already start to make money. And also, for example, this girl that I was mentoring from the UAE, she also made money in like second week. So, it really depends. It really depends. And some people are making money super fast. Other people have to go through the whole mentorship, okay, to learn and to then start making money typically in the last month. Okay, so if you want to join my mentorship, here's the link. Drop me an email and we can talk about it.
Hey guys, just a quick share about my experience with Tom's mentorship. So I discovered drop servicing less than 1 year ago, and then I discovered Tom's channel on YouTube. And I quickly wanted to dive deeper in this business, so I took a mentorship on like 3 months ago. And I really recommend it. Like, Tom is he's a personalized support, he's responsive. Even outside of the mentorship, he helped me solve some tricky situations with some clients. And he adapts himself on your specific situation, on your specific geographical location, and find the best niche for your business and stuff like that. So I highly recommend it. Today I'm working with 2 regular clients, even though I was totally new to this business several months ago. So I'm really happy with how things turned out, and thanks again, Tom. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.
By the way, brother, if you're doing drop servicing using Fiverr, did you know that you can get 10% off by using my link? And also you're gonna support my channel. So please do that. All you gotta do is use this link and then set up an account and then use this discount code TomZalatoris10 at the checkout stage. You're gonna get 10% off your first order. If you drop service a website which costs $200, you're gonna save 20 bucks on there. If it's a bigger order, you're gonna save even more. So you're gonna find this link in my school group, okay? And also I'm gonna put it in the description and the pinned comment. Oh, thanks, brother. You're gonna support my channel. I'm gonna get a little bit of commission. So, you know, I really appreciate if you do that. If you're using Fiverr anyway, just set up a brand new Fiverr account, okay? You're gonna get 10% off, support my work. That's it, brother. Thanks for watching this video. Drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.